5, you say. Let's have a look. Okay. A researcher would like a representative sample of men and women from a population of 60% male and 40% female. The researcher selects 25 men and 24 women. Accept or reject the null hypothesis that that is representative. So null hypothesis is that? Yeah, I just thought it's representative. And the alternative? That it's not. Okay? Is this 1 or 2 tails? Is it? 2. And the p-value is the probability of... So, you can think about it as you got too many men or not enough women or whatever way around. Maybe it's best to think about it as, well, firstly, how many did we survey? 49, wasn't it? Yeah, 49. So what is 60% of 49, please? What is it?
60% of 49.
Yeah.
29.4.
29.4. And how many men did we get? 25. Yeah, okay. So that doesn't seem enough. I think what room did he move to? We don't know. He might. You're looking for your EAP class. It might be downstairs.
Okay.
I know it was supposed to be here, Kate, but there's a room problem. So maybe Connell went downstairs. Okay.
Okay, thank you very much.
Right. Okay. So 25 men is too few. But you know, I think why did I make the number so messy? Because what did you say 60% was?
29.4.
Yeah, 29.4. Yeah, okay. Oh, do you know what? Sorry, I'm getting myself a bit confused. Because I'm so used to men and women being binomial, but this is a chi-squared. Yeah, sorry. So, 29.4 is how many men we expected. And then how many women did we expect? Well, that would be point 20... What is it? 9.6 only, is it? 40% of 49?
Wait, but men, why is it 29.4?
That's 60% of 49.
Why? Isn't it 60% of men?
No, 60% of the population.
Oh.
49. What's 40% of 49, please?
19.6.
That's what we expected, but what we observed was 25 men and 24 women. Okay. Sorry, so because it's chi-squared, there's one tail there. Well, yeah, basically is. Yeah, but that doesn't really affect anything because it's always 1 for chi-squared. So the chi-squared value is going to be the difference between 29.4 and 25 squared, isn't it? Over 29.4, right? Plus 24 minus 19.6 squared over 19.6. What do you get for the chi-squared, please? Now, how many degrees of freedom does this? How many degrees of freedom does this problem have? So what is the value in the table book for a degree of freedom of 1 on the chi-squared table, please?
My internet's just not open. Okay, too bad.
What is it?
0.455.
0.455. So we're bigger than that. So what's our conclusion? Yeah. Reject null, goodness. H null, the null hypothesis. If you want to be technical about it, you're saying you're rejecting it at the 5% level.
So the answer is no.
Is it? Rats.
Let's say it's not rejected.
Yeah. Should be rejected. Assuming that it is 0.455. But are you sure? That seems awfully small to me.
Yeah, 1 and 0. Oh, 0.05. Right. 3.84.
Okay. It's now less than 3.84, so we do not reject them. You understand there's a difference between 0.5 and 0.05. It's the same difference between 50 cent and 5 cent. Internet's not always great in this room.
But it's been the whole day for me, like at the canteen.
Oh.
Maybe I need to talk out with him.
You don't keep track?
No, because I traveled, so.
Right, what do we need to see next?
The normal distribution.
Yep,
Number 8.
normal distribution, number 8. Can I scroll down? Yeah,
Which page is this?
132. I can do this one now? Yeah?
Number what?
It. You ready? Yeah. IQ scores are normally distributed with mean 100 and standard deviation. Oh, it's 15. I thought it was 10. To join Mensa, you need to have an IQ score of 130. What is the probability that a randomly selected person would join Mensa, be able to join Mensa? So really, that's just a way. What's wrong, Ishpreet?
Oh, actually, I got the answer right.
Wait, no, I think, I mean, wait, 1 second. You actually just got the year, it's fine.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. Is the probability that the IQ is more than 130? Yeah? That's the probability that Z is more than 2. And that's equal to 1 minus the probability that Z is less than or equal to 2. So that's equal to 1 minus that, which I hope is 0.0228. So, sorry, did you get it or you didn't?
I got it, but I accidentally wrote 1 minus 1 minus 0.97.
No, she got the symbols wrong, so that's why she did continue with the 1 minus 1 minus.
Yeah.
Okay. If you ask people, do you think you're smart enough to join Mensa? what percentage of people should be smart enough? 2%. So you can see it right here. Yeah? Right? 2%. So you would expect asking a group of people that 2% roughly of respondents would say, yes, I think I'm smart enough to join. However, it's more like 90%, you know. This is quite common. People overestimate their abilities quite a lot. So,
Do you think you can join, did you?
I can't know. I did my Q test, it's not 130. It was, 127. Just not good enough. Just not good enough. So, just have to accept it. I'm not in the 2%, I'm in the 98%. Right, okay. Have we got that? Yeah, yeah. Right, what do we need to see next? Which one?
Same page.
13?
Yeah.
What went wrong with it? I don't think there's anything peculiar with it. In 13, you're basically asking for the probability that the pay is going to be between 23 and 24. So when you Z transform, that would be -2, would it? And then the other one, the 24, would be -1, isn't it? 23 minus 25 over 2, and 24, minus 0.5. Sorry, it's a bit messy. That's a Z. So that would equal the area to the left of minus 0.5 minus the area to the left of -1, which is 1 minus the area to the left of 0.5 minus 1 plus the area to the left of 1. So that is the area to the left of 1 minus the area to the left of 0.5. And hopefully that comes in at about 15%. Yeah. Okay, what's next? Did you try much at home? What do you have going on this week? Lab reports or essay? Don't you do your essay in semester 1? Biology essay. And chemistry lab report? Not in chemistry?
Chemistry essay.
No,
Is it-
not last semester.
Yeah, I said biology was last semester. Now
So he's asking what we did for chemistry last semester.
oh.
No, I'm asking what do you have going on this week?
So we have
Chemistry.
chemistry introduction due on Sunday, EAP sometimes next week, but we have to complete it
Yeah.
this week.
Okay. That doesn't sound too bad.
No, in EAP we have to do animations, a summary.
Yeah, so I just summarized it for us.
Yeah,
So we
that,
need to do the summary.
that doesn't sound too bad, is it? Is it?
And also we have to do our biology lab report, like we need to do our second draft kind of thing.
Once everyone gets their feedback, that's the same for chemistry also.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So
really?
math,
Somebody has
so
to-
it's kind of like forget about maths.
No.
Right, what else do we need to see or we don't know?
Can we do a standard deviation question?
Standard deviation question. What page is that? For me, it's page 106. Which one?
7.
7? Yeah? Okay. You need your calculator, okay? The amount of CO2 shown below in the table. What is the standard deviation? So the first thing I need to do is get the average CO2, right? So the average CO2 would be, first value we should use? Not quite 50, right? What should we use for the first one? In number 7.
99.5.
Ah, no. Number 7. What's the middle number?
It's 50.
Is it?
100 minus 0 divided by 2.
No, but you see, it doesn't end at 100. It ends at 100.5, doesn't it? Oh, yeah. Oh, maths.
Wait, I don't get it.
Remember we talked about boundaries?
Uh-huh.
1.25.
The first boundary is not 100. It's 100.5. Because, for example, where would you put 100.1? In the first or the second? It goes in the first one, doesn't it? The first one actually goes all the way up to 100.5. So a half of 100 to 100.5 is 50.25, isn't it? Yeah? Times 1. And then what's the next one? Well, that's the 150, isn't it? 150.5? Yeah? Times 2. Guys, am I right or wrong here? The next one is 250.5, is it? Why is no one talking to me? I just want to know. The next one is 350.5 times 2 divided by 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Why stop at 3?
Oh, it's a 0.
Oh, it's a 0.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the one who didn't sleep much last night, but you guys are acting like you're half here, half not here.
So,
Yeah.
how would you do that?
Is it not the middle of 100.5 and 200.5?
Is 225.46.
Say again?
225.46875.
So that's the CO2. Now what we'll need to do next is get this one. So if you still have it on your calculator, please just square all these decimal values. And what do you get?
Oh. Oh.
60222.
10156.
10156. So, Mo, the standard deviation is the square root of that number minus 225.46875 squared. Which I hope is 96.9, three significant figures. I hope.
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah.
I was telling the other students, I lent my bicycle to a student to cycle to UCD, and they said to be back at 2 o'clock. And that's now an hour and a half ago.
Is that your way of going home?
Well, it's a lot easier to get home with my bicycle. It's not impossible, like, but
No.
I'm going to give her a call before I continue. I need to know where my bicycle is. Oh, her phone's off.
Oh no.
She stole it.
Can't be. I don't think so.
Oh my goodness.
Is this your last? No, this isn't your.
No, No, it's not. But I'm thinking as time goes on, I'm not liking I'm not liking where this is going.
Maybe because it's raining, so she's delayed.
No,
It's
no.
not
She told one of her friends on WeChat that she got lost. So she's out there somewhere, cycling in Dublin, and you don't know where.
Oh no, poor thing.
Yeah, I know. Oh, hang on. I'm getting a message now.
I don't know what else to do in the chat. Yeah, probably Chinese.
Is she Chinese?
Yeah. Why does that matter?
Oh, no,
A
just
little
curious.
racist.
No, wait, no, it's like, it's WeChat, like.
Yeah, WeChat's Chinese.
No, that's not what I meant.
What?
June is my show. Oh shit, sorry.
Oh. Right, what's next? What did I miss? Did I miss something? Oh, okay. Right, what's next? What math geniuses? Do you think you could do this in the exam?
No, not now.
Not right this second. No, okay.
This one. Oh, next one.
Next week we're going to go back to calculus. Do you remember your calculus?
I'm not sure.
Let's find out.
We can leave that next week.
You know you don't remember your calculus.
What kind of...
Do you at least remember how to differentiate something?
Yeah.
Okay, well then, alright. Do you remember how to get the turning points?
The normal
That's
something.
dy by
No, no, no.
dx and d2 by dx.
Yeah, what do you do with them?
The first derivative.
What about it?
That is a critical point.
Yeah, go on. But,
First
I mean, what do you do when you get the first derivative? You do something alright, don't you? Oh, this is sounding pathetic. If I was to write down a cubic like this, and I asked you to find the turning point, what would you do? And then?
See.
And it goes to 0.
Then you'll find the y value.
Is it equals to 0 to
Yes, it is, yeah. So let's see. So what's dy dx here?
6x squared?
Yeah? Minus 9x?
X plus 54 equals to 0.
That's the
Then factorize it.
Ah, no. Then divide by 6. Yeah?
Then factorize it.
Then factorize it.
do they give marks for the
Sorry.
squared minus 6x plus 9 1?
Yeah, because that is the derivative. Oh, you mean, wait, for which part? This part?
Yeah.
Ah, no. So x equals 3, and then y, how would you get the y? So we're going to get 84. But we need to check if it's a max or a min, don't we? So how do we check that?
Second
Okay. So what's the second derivative? That's 12x minus 36.
substitute x
And you get 0 if you sub in 3. So what do you do then? You're not supposed to get 0.
Third derivative.
Yeah, third derivative.
well, we're not supposed to get 0.
Yeah, for the second derivative. So the third derivative is 12, which is a positive. So what does that make this point we've just found?
Maximum.
Convex.
Convert.
Now you're just saying words at the beginning.
Oh, rising saddle.
Rise and saddle. Rise and saddle inflection point. Yeah?
So if we miss that rise and saddle point, what, how much?
Well, it depends. If they asked you what type of turning point it is, that's probably 3 marks. Maybe. Yeah? So, don't do that. Have you forgotten all of this stuff?
Just need some
Yes,
brushing up.
Maybe you want to write this down as a little refresher. Yeah? That was question 1, more or less, on the turning point lesson, but I changed it slightly, so just write it down as an example. Yeah? You got that? Yeah?
Sure, can we do the question that says something like the normal, the tangent or something?
Yeah, well, you know, I could ask, like, for example, I could take this cubic again, and an exam question you're thinking of is maybe, what's the normal at x equals 1? Something like that, is
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Yeah. So what do we do here, guys, if we want this one?
Find the gradient.
Find the derivative, yeah. So that's what we've already done there. 6x squared minus 36x plus 54. Then what do you do?
Find the right value of
Put in x as 1. So what's that? 80. Sorry, that's a 54 minus 24, isn't it? Yeah, isn't it? Yeah. But that's not the slope of the normal. What's that? With the tangent.
It was the one.
Yeah,
Flip it.
like this.
Yeah.
So you have y equals mx plus c, and you sub in your value for your coordinate. X is 1, and then y is whatever it is when you put in 1. So what's that? Minus 16 plus 30 is 14, 54, 68, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just asking the other teachers, have you seen my bicycle or student? Right. Do you need me to finish it? Because all that's left is to sub this point in here,
Yeah.
and then you get the C, and then you're done. Yeah. Is it okay? Do you need to write it down? It's okay? Yeah. What else now?
Teacher, what if she's lost?
Yeah. And if her phone is off as well.
Oh no.
I don't know. I don't know.
Couldn't she go there without a bicycle?
She could have, but bicycle is cheaper, especially when you borrow your teachers. Oh dear. Right, what's next? Oh, look at you, look at you. You don't know what you want to do. Yeah, I could, look, how can I put this? If you're just going to like pick random questions as you flick through the book, that's not really a good use of our time, you know. The point of the tutorial was to clear up things that you tried during the week and you're having trouble with. You know? Yeah. So it doesn't really work if you're just... I feel like if I ask you what's wrong and you're just picking random questions just to make me feel happy, you don't need to do that. You know? It's like when you do something wrong and you're like, oh, I'm sorry, Mom or Dad. You know, it's I don't need you to give me a question just to give me one. I just actually want to know what are you having trouble with from what you were practicing during the week. Now, if you've not been practicing things during the week, that's a different matter. Let's see here. I think what I'll have you do, I'm going to give you a small derivative question. Let's see who's forgotten everything and who remembers, who can remember something. I give you two questions actually. A, I want the derivative of this. And B, I want the derivative of this.
What? Yeah.
What?
I think so.
I want dy dx, the derivative of these two.
And I showed you right. Don't have a pen. I'm gonna say it's this.
Did you get the first one? Huh? No?
Oh. Oh yeah. I did it in the middle. I know what is wrong now. Teacher, the database is still available.
What's the website again?
Isn't that link on Moodle somewhere?
Yeah, probably.
Server2760.com/mcuk. Do you have answers?
First one.
Do you have answers first in the street? No? Anyone else?
Yes.
You have the first one?
Yeah.
What is it?
Is it minus x over 2?
Minus x over 2?
Yeah. No.
Is it something to do with log?
For the first one? Oh, Ishpreet. No. Right. I'll tell you. First, you change this into x power minus a half. And then the rule is dy dx is you bring down the power
Yeah.
Yeah.
and you reduce the power by 1.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Yay.
reduce part. Okay.
Reduce. Which can be rewritten as 1 over 2 square root x cubed, if you like.
Oh, that's easy.
Yeah, well, I know. But,
No, I'm thinking of putting some.
yeah.
Can you just leave it as like,
Yeah, you can, yeah.
no, I mean like negative 1 over
This,
2
like this.
x power 3 over 2.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Next, what about this one?
E to the power something.
No.
3 log 2.
Canada is 1 over x.
Yeah, so what's this derivative?
No, one over. Nothing. One.
2 x is cube over 8? No.
3 over
2
1
over
over
1 over 6 x squared.
First, you change this into log 2 plus log x cubed. Yeah? And then you bring the 3 down. And now you differentiate. What's the derivative of log 2?
Two over x.
1 over.
X over 2. Oh no. Give me 1 second.
Oh,
Give us.
E. Something to do with E?
We know this, we
No,
know.
it's
I know, wait,
X
calm down,
over
calm down.
2.
Be cool, just stay calm. No?
Wait, we surely have this. We did this many times.
Many times.
So isn't it e to the power 2?
No.
Okay, wait. The derivative of log 2
Is?
is
1 over 2.
No.
X over 2.
No.
2x. 1 over 2x.
No.
How is
plus c.
I shall tell you, and you're going to all feel stupid. The
Zero.
derivative? 0, yes.
Wait.
Why 0?
It's a constant. Constants differentiate to 0.
Oh, okay.
Log 2 is like 0.69 something.
The second one is
Yeah, but I wasn't asking that.
Oh, okay.
You know, I was clearly asking the derivative of log 2 is 0. And the derivative of 3 log x?
3 over x.
3 over x.
Today's recording will be 2 girls all the way.
Is recorded?
Yes.
Oh no.
How could you forget so much? You guys, you need to be doing some refreshing revision of semester 1 perhaps. Especially since we're going to go into calculus next week. I'm going to assume that you remember your calculus from semester 1. I hope that is an okay assumption. Yeah? Yeah? Oh, I should give you one last short one that's supposed to be easy. Can I scroll down? Right. Integrate 1 over x squared dx.
There's a plus c at the back.
Yep, it's definitely that. Yeah, that's for sure.
Did you get this?
What you got?
1 over x cubed plus c.
So 1 over x plus c.
1 over x plus c?
No.
Negative half
minus
x plus c. Negative 1 over 2x plus c.
minus
No.
1x to the power minus 1 plus c.
Yes. This is equal to x minus 2. Increase the power by 1, divide by the new power.
Oh, divided by the new power.
Yeah.
Teacher, do we get 1 mark for x minus 2? X to the power minus 2?
No.
Okay.
What's wrong, Mo?
So it is the same, minus
Yeah.
1x to the power minus
Yeah,
1.
it is. I'll see you next week. Please be less stupid, guys. Seriously though, it wouldn't kill you to maybe watch a few minutes of a couple of YouTube videos on the calculus, alright?
I'll be doing like the product group.
That's, we're going straight in with the product rule. And you know that stuff gets harder.
Yeah.
The product rule is only the start of it. Then we'll have integration by parts and all this type of stuff too.